Let's kick it old school!
Yeah, boy!
Old school essentials. The further adventures of the Thunderous Fury.
Time for the recap. You left the Dream Dragon.
Well, I can start and then go into backup vocals later. So we started in the cavern with the Dream Dragon, and we were resting in the mineral pool for a couple hours. He informed us that his cavern was no longer safe, as the boil on his neck that was caused by some erroneous dropping of the black liquid has now full on metatasized into something that is dangerous that he needs to go cure, or at least take away from the Underdark. So he informs us that he's sending us back to Clinkville along with Remy, who is very disappointed. So Charlie opened up a portal or a bubble back to Clinkville. We landed on the beach, and we were in front of this large mansion castle structure that was near the beach, and there were 4 guards donning livery with drinking glasses and the drama masks. They spotted us, and we indicated that our then goal was to return Remy to her father, collect the reward money, and stock up. These guards turned out to be retinue of the mayor, so we were ushered into the mansion, which there was an ongoing party, which had lots of delicious food, and we managed to speak with the mayor for some time, and learned that there is a campaign coming up, and he is looking for anyone who can vote will vote for him, like eligible voters, and is willing to make deals, any deal, as long as it will secure him his continued authority. Amongst us was Sextus, the ape, who was taken away and was said he'd be transported to the embassy. They were preparing for the Festival of Lights, in which at the Festival of Lights, everyone has a candle lit in order to keep the dark away. Remy didn't really seem into the party at all. Most of us, I think everybody except Basil, filled out forms to become citizens, which
Karn did not.
Basil and Karn did not, and that provides some minimal protection around having to declare your magical items, which normally you need to have registered with the Empire. But because we're citizens, we kind of have some low bar of entry unless the apes are really trying to question and really trying to get more answers. We did see later that they peed on someone's, or we heard a story of them peeing on someone's citizenship papers when they were trying to use their rights as a citizen, their citizen rights to keep their magic items. We learned across the water is New Tanjao City, which is the best city in the world. It is not part of the Ape Empire. It's still free, and Remy's father works in New Tanjao City, and has something to. We learned that he has some business. He just does something with logistics that involves transporting goods between Clinkville and New Tanjao City and maybe elsewhere. We then left the party to go to her father's workplace, which is
significant note at the party. A wonderful play on the part of the game master to introduce the next segment and trap us, but yeah, it's introduced the next segment. The mayor asked Karn what the proper thing to do with pirates were. Karn, of course, said, "Put them to the sword." Then that pirate Captain Ox we captured will be put to the sword. Oops.
That's right. And not only is he being put to the sword, but his execution is being expedited because it was going to be delayed until after the Festival of Lights. But with Karn's resoluteness on how to deal with pirates, that seems to have shifted the mayor's mind to get it done before the Festival of Lights rather than afterwards. So now this sets the remaining members of Thunderous Fury in a juxtaposition where do they spend the time and effort to save Ox, their captain, or do they become the new captains or somebody else take their place? So far, all the actions have seemed to be pointed to attempting to rescue Ox to the best that they can. We headed to Prowess Shipping and returned Remy there. There was a tearful reunion, and then she left again right away to see if there was something that she was heading to university to see if there was something to research ways that she could help Charlie. We headed to the rejuvenating bog in the Temple District to find some shelter for the night. We found a bathhouse and inn where we could stay where all of us could stay. We basically rented out a floor of the bathhouse, from what I gathered. We stocked up at the general store with the help of a young elf guide named Brucone, who we chartered at the bathhouse. We went to the general store, then we went to a shop for magic items and called the Big Crystal Blade. We went to Forged Forever, which was the armory or an armorer. We went to Mystic Libations, which was an alchemist shop. The party split. Zophon, Orion, and Karn wanted to turn in for the night. Basil, the Bessix brothers, and Basil Wilberforce decided that they wanted to go to the Sailor's Seduction for the night. On the way back to the bathhouse, Karn, Zophon, and Orion stopped at was it like an animal shelter? Or it was a pet store?
A vendor on the street, wasn't it? Or was that?
Well, it was in the outside the city, actually. So it was a sort of camp outside the city, and we found a guy who had a couple of animals to sell.
One was like a dog with mange, severe mange. One was a warthog creature. Orion took the warthog. It was very fierce. And you got a warthog with saddlebags, so it can be used to carry stuff.
A dog with mange.
Yeah, and you cured it.
Did that cure the mange completely?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, when you did the lay on hands, yeah, it looked a lot better.
Okay. I didn't know if that was going to completely cure it or not. I'm glad it cured them.
And that is all the notes that I had from beginning to end.
I mean, as far as things that would affect today's gameplay, we need to pick up. We had some stuff dropped off at the Crystal Sword, was it? In order to be refurbished. I got my weapon silver, so we're gonna have to do that in the morning. Then we've got a meeting with Remy's father. Darn it, what's his name?
Anton.
Anton.
Yeah.
Canton. Then we've got a meeting with Canton to discuss what to do with Ox. And what we were told about Ox is apparently Ox is being tried as a pirate because he admitted it somehow, which is interesting. So, yeah, gonna be fun. And apparently, I will note that everybody who went to the Sailor's Seduction is now missing. So that place is obviously some sort of nasty trap, and that lecherous old shopkeeper who couldn't stop talking about it obviously is, some sort of con artist bringing people into the trap. Loach, right? Loach, because it rhymes with roach.
It is getting close to the sun is beginning to set. So as the sun sets in Clinkville, you hear a distinct ring of like a bell, and then another ring of a bell, and there are 11 of them that go off. And somebody will tell you that those are the 11 guard towers, which signifies the changing of the guard. And once you hear the next 11, that means the changing of the guard is complete, and it is technically night. And they will do that in the morning. As the sun begins to rise, they will do the same thing. And as I was describing this to my significant other, she said, you could really screw somebody. You could make them work the long shift in the summer and then the long shift in the winter. And I was like, yeah, you could actually absolutely do that to somebody.
Oh,
That's just neat. Question about that Karn Bard. Is it a hunting dog or a war dog?
It is a hunting dog.
It's a hunting dog? Okay.
Yeah. So it's the whatever stats, use those stats in there if you wish to keep it or donate it, or however you're gonna. The dog of St. Cuthbert.
The Royal Hound of Cuthbert. So if this is not generally known, or people, if this is not generally known, Zophon hearing this is going to try to count how many seconds or minutes, depending on the duration, between the ringing of the first set of bells when the guard is changing to the second set, which means the guard has changed over. And is it 11 bells in unison, or is it like one station is changing and then another is changing and then another is changing?
You hear one, and then like 5 seconds later you hear the second one, and then those are pretty close together. You can almost count how many seconds they are apart.
Does it seem like that's coming from that's coming from like the same guard tower, or like they're starting to change one, and then like X seconds later the guard tower next to that one is changing?
Yeah, it's like you hear the dinging of one, and then 5 seconds later it's the dinging of a second one, which is a different sound.
Okay.
And they're all different sounds, and there's 11 of them. And then about 8 minutes later, it begins again. And you would also see at this time, as you are like making your way to the rejuvenating bog, shopkeepers are like closing up. People are like leaving. There is sort of like people moving around.
How many seconds, or how long between each one, like, or not between each the start and end, but tower 1 starts, then tower 2 starts?
It's about 2 or 3 seconds.
Okay, so now do the bells, do they form a scale, or is it just like kind of just different?
Oh yeah, they would have to. Yeah, they would have to be a scale. Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like Dun, 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 dun.
What are you playing the bard? You're trying to critique their timing and their scales. I mean, you're gonna try to teach them how to play silver bells or something.
Sleigh ride, actually.
Yeah, you gotta move faster.
All right, you guys are returning to the rejuvenating bog. So as you guys are coming into the rejuvenating bog, each one of you can give me a D6 roll.
5.
I gotta get dice. 5.
All right, so you enter the bog. It's a one-story building. It looks like some kind of whitewash on it with archways. When you enter the lobby, there's a fountain and a desk and a tiled floor. It is fairly nice. And you all have rooms that are, you're paired up, and you have access to the bathhouse itself. It's just a large, pool area that they heat here in the winter. When you enter, there's a man at the front desk. You didn't see him earlier. He is a man with a gray beard and glasses, and he looks irritated as you come in. Probably not at you, but just the circumstances. He's kind of shuffling papers around, and he sees you enter. He's like, "Do you have rooms this evening? Are you already paid?"
Yeah, of course we have room.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit flustered. Sorry.
Yeah, Rukon can confirm. He's been our. We picked him up as a guide here.
Oh yes, I see. No, yes, I see him. Yes, I see him. I got distracted by the warthog and the dog you were bringing in, but it's all good enough. Sorry, I was just a bit flustered.
What ails you?
Just annoyances. I mean, you would think okay, just between me and you would think that if you had been missing for a long time and you returned to Clinkville, you wouldn't be here bothering me. You'd be like spending time with your family, right? I mean, if you were gone, what it's
in reference to Remy.
Yeah, yes, Remy. How do you know? She was just in here.
We were the ones who returned her to her family.
Oh, well.
Or attempted to return her to her family. You are, of course, right that her adventurous spirit overflows, and she is already making plans to go on.
Yes, she was already in here trying to speak with someone who lives at the rejuvenating bog, and of course, no, he does not take guests, and at the very least, does not take students, since he is a former professor at the university. But I'm sure she'll be back tomorrow asking about it, but I don't know. I'd heard rumors that she was, can be this persistent, but now I find out, I don't know. I figured that she would be spending time with her family. She just got back, and now she's bothering somebody else.
Perhaps.
But you saved her, so I mean, that's where. May I ask where you found her?
She was in the Underdark.
Oh my God.
She was in service of a great dragon.
Yeah. Now you're telling tales. Have you been to the Sailor's Seduction and been drinking the mystery brew? Have you had a few? A dragon. Okay.
Pardon me, sir. Would you accuse me of being a liar?
That's a very fanciful story. Dragons are, as you know, extremely rare, and they only spend time in their little city that floats in the sky. They very rarely come and visit us. But if there was one in the Underdark, I could see that. I mean,
I assure you there was a great dream dragon, as a matter of fact.
I've never heard of
Blue.
a dream dragon, but okay, dream dragon it is.
An eye up into that. Seems to be very powerful. And a good friend of Remy's. You may want to keep that in mind if you think about getting on her bad side. If you want to.
Well,
I find it hard to think of Remy as a student at this stage of her career, given our time with her. She has seemed to excel and dealt with forces far beyond those that one would encounter in at least what I expect would be a academic setting.
well,
Seems she has grown up since people in this town last saw her.
well, I guess I guess on one hand, this is a town for adventuring, and she is sort of epitomizing that. So I can't fault her for that. Just, I don't know. It's been a long day, and I just wouldn't need to be. I wouldn't use the word harassed. But yeah, she wants to see him, and he doesn't take visitors, and she knows that. She was persisting, but anyway.
He's staying here.
Oh yes, he has a private room that he has paid for that he stays here.
Why doesn't he take visitors?
Well, he used to be a professor at Clinkville University, but they ousted him some years ago. Didn't like the things that he was saying.
I can see why that would make one want to be alone. What was he ousted for? Do you know what he was saying? Or is that was not really your business?
The Ape Empire didn't particularly care for some of his teachings, I think. When his race gave over the entire island and kingdom to the apes, he did not take too kindly to that and spoke ill of it, and they sort of told him he can go elsewhere. So they didn't imprison him, they just sort of told him to leave, and he kind of spends quiet time here at the bog, and he is paid well in advance from what the ledgers say.
I'm sorry, what was his name again?
Oh, you're speaking of his name is Gorkman Lo Nico.
Are you the liaison that the intermediary to get to between Gorkman Lo Nico and the outside world then? Or
No, I wouldn't go that far. I just work the front desk and have been told he does not take visitors or anything of that nature.
Well,
And,
which room is this? Make sure we avoid it.
Yeah.
He is in the private area in the back. He has his own room and bath.
Are there any
Okay.
others like that? For rent, perhaps? Quiet place might be nice.
We do have a private room with a bath available if you wish to upgrade. It is 2 gold pieces per night.
I gotta make sure he's got 2 gold pieces. Yeah, I think I'd like a private room for the night.
Okay.
I don't have any problems with my friend, but I've got this new dog here, see, and I want to spend a little time with it and see if I can figure out what his name is.
Well,
It was not a purchase for me, but I need to do a little bonding with the animal. Arn's hoping that it's going to be a room in the back near the professor's.
right. I mean, I figured that.
Yeah.
Give me a D12 roll.
D12.
Did I roll?
Ew.
You have room number 2, and he hands you the key to it, and he tells you that when you go to the bath area, you turn to the right, and there's a hallway, and the key should unlock that door, and then through there there's a set of rooms, and just find your room, and there your room is in there.
Sounds good.
And he reminds you guys, your rooms are to the left, and there will be, of course, a Clinkville breakfast provided in the morning, which is rice, crab, and cranberries.
Karn can play fetch with the dog in the hallway and make her.
A racket.
Yeah. If Gorkman doesn't like all the noise, I'm about to tell us to keep it down.
Never knew a paladin could be manipulative.
Well, he means it in all kindness. He's trying to help his friend Remy.
So we will go back to the sailor's seduction. And I will say, if I may, would Torjon, can we say that Torjon has accompanied them? So
Sure.
That's up to Russell.
Oh, Torjon. Yeah, sure. We'll say that Torjon has accompanied them. The guys had a hard, well, apparently a hard life recently. I'll if he asks Orion will like give him 10 gold to go have fun.
Basil and Torjon enter as Clintock and Felix enter as well. When you enter, you come up to it's like a 2-story wood building that is like on the edge of the dock district. You can see the ocean behind it, and right in front of that is one of those towers, and you can see, because it's lit now as it gets dark. As you enter, there's like part of a ship that they've built that's like sticking out of the top of this building, and it's got a sign on it. It says Sailor Seduction, and it looks like some kind of mermaid on the front, and there's like a large fish painted on there, and some sort of octopus, and sort of like different like gold and gems, all kinds of like treasure is like painted on the side of it. It looks pretty impressive. Of course, worn by the salt air and everything here as as it blows in from the ocean. You enter, and there are 2 dwarves standing. It's like this little like hallway, and there's a door behind them, a huge, like, it's not iron, it's just kind of reinforced. It's wood and like reinforced with like steel. And 2 dwarves are just kind of talking to each other, finely dressed. Hey, welcome. What'll it be?
What kind of services do you offer?
Well, whatever you're looking for. It's up to you to negotiate.
I'm looking for competition. I've got I'm hankering to see local talent as far as wrestlers go, and I've been told that there's a lot of wrestling that goes down here.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of wrestling that goes down here.
Oh yeah, they kind of look at each other. Oh yeah, wrestling. Okay, yeah.
Torjon goes, I'm just looking for drinks and maybe a show,
Well, hey, we got a few shows here. It depends on who shows up.
Oh, I like a show and drinks.
Yeah, the mystery brew, of course, is the popular one, 2 gold. It's a 40 ounce.
Wow,
Whoa.
that's a killer deal. What's the mystery?
Well, you got to get by to find out. It's different every night.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Torjon has to have a mystery brew.
Well, as long as it'll help my game, I'm okay with having make it 3.
Yep, I'll
So,
have one.
So the dwarf kind of sizes your group up. He's like, just 1 gold cover charge, let you all in.
each or for all of us?
You said for everybody, just one, just total. One will get
Okay.
cover everyone.
Basil can spring the gold, and he hands him 3 more. Here's for you, in case you get thirsty and want a mystery. Actually, here's 4 gold, so you can each get a mystery brew.
Yeah, he looks at you confused, and then looks at his dwarven friend. Oh, I like you. Yeah. Just remember one rule: don't get drunk and stupid. There are consequences.
Can I just get
Isn't
drunk?
what we're supposed to do?
And remember, and stupid.
Well, I'll just try to get drunk then.
Sir John mumbled something about you can't go to a place you already are at. He says that to the other Basil. Basil the thief.
I was never too bright, so I guess I'll just have to take my chances.
All right, so he unlocks the door and opens it up, and there's a bunch of tables with little, small little candles. There's about
Where does he put the gold that we give him?
the dwarf pockets it. He puts it in a pouch.
Okay.
There's about 6 people in here, and you instantly see Loesch in the corner, talking with like 3 there. He's got a couple people around him. It's hard to see who they are or what they are at this point because it's fairly dark, but you can see the light glowing off of his long beard, and he is holding in his hand, you can see the reflection, the silver piece that you gave him as he's like talking to them and showing it to them.
Karn gave him.
Yeah,
Karn was the one with silver.
correct.
Do we all see that?
I think you would. Yeah, it's obvious that he's doing that.
I can't remember. I don't think Basil was with Karn when Karn gave him that silver, right?
No, we were all together until the end.
Or we
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody was
pretend like
everybody
can't
was
pretend.
together until just before, going outside to pick up the animals. Torchon basically just shakes his head and goes, It's not enough that our captain is a suspected pirate, Somebody's going to try to rob Karn for his silver, apparently.
Basil's gonna try to creep up, without looking like he's creeping up, just sort of try to pay attention to what he's saying to his friends about the silver.
Okay. Are you gonna make a roll to see how well you creep up, or are you just gonna not worry about that?
Is he sitting at a table? Is there a table
Yeah, he's
nearby?
he's sitting at a table, and you can see him holding up the silver in the light, and there's like 3 people like hunched down, like looking at him, so you can just see the back of them, and it's really dark, if I'm describing it, and you can see Loesch's face.
Is there a table nearby him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he's just gonna saunter over to the table like it's no big deal, and
Okay.
like he's not paying attention. Try to eavesdrop.
Okay.
Sit down at the table with his back to their table, lean back, put his feet up, drink a beer.
Okay. Give me a D6 roll.
Okay, I'll join him to make it look less, less suspicious. We came in together, makes sense. They sort of stick together. I'll try to flag down one of the waits.
So Loesch is going on and on about this silver piece that he has acquired and how valuable it is, and he is giving instructions on what he wants to happen this evening. Like, everybody is to get 2 drinks each, like the entire establishment. He's like giving them his demands. He wants, this kind of party. He wants to meet up with this person, all this stuff. And you realize this is like part of the service crew who is like now like sitting, watching him, listening to him.
Okay.
Okay. So Loach is getting his creep on. Okay. But he's being generous about it, spreading it around. Everybody gets 2 drinks.
I mean, that is pretty nice of him. I could certainly use 2 more drinks. Hopefully the mystery beers.
So the mystery, so they fan out, and then they come back out of a back room holding a plate, a plate with this 40-ounce drinks, and they hand each of you 2 drinks. They're like compliments of, and he, as you point, Loesch is all smiling. You're welcome. Yes. Thank you. Enjoy your mystery brews. Each one of you guys can give me a D20 roll.
Okay. Well,
18.
15.
Of course, I get an 18 when I'm not trying to hit anything.
Okay, so these brews are brought out. So first, Torjon, you taste. It tastes like it's an ale, but there's a distinct cayenne feel to it. Like it's hot. It's like cayenne pepper.
wow, they must really want people to get drunk. You got to drink more of this stuff to take the burn off.
Basil, yours tastes like ginger beer.
Hold on a sec. This is important. I hate ginger beer. I got 40 ounces of this.
You have 40 ounces of it.
This is bullshit. I want my money back.
Torjon, you mean all none of it? Torjon will go, wait a minute, it doesn't taste like ginger beer. Did they serve us different stuff? Here, swap.
And I'll have his. I forgot what does yours taste like again?
Well, that depends. It may be person to person. So
No, it tastes. It's got a cayenne. It's like cayenne pepper. It's hot.
Oh, that's the stuff.
Yeah.
That will light a fire in my muscles. Do you want to swap? You like ginger beer?
Yeah. I'll take the ginger beer stuff.
Here's 80 ounces.
No problem.
Basil, yours has that spice in it.
Cardamom.
Probably
Oh, this
tasty.
is bitter and good. I like this. Glug, glug.
So there's there's a stage in the middle that kind of lights up, and somebody brings out like a dulcimer and begins to play, singing some kind of old sailor songs about the sea and lost love and lost treasure and all that good stuff. Real uplifter.
So Basil
Does he sound better or worse than our friend Orion? Sorry.
Orion sounds a lot better.
Okay. Hey, Orion, shouldn't you be up there singing? Because that guy kind of sucks.
Orion's not here.
Wow, that beer is kicked in already.
Oh, that's right. It's Torjon. Sorry.
Basil's already down that 40.
Oh, wait, that's right. That's your friend. We should have brought Orion with us. Second point.
Yeah. They clearly need some talent. Like, my muscles are getting sad just listening to this. Basil's gonna look around because Ethics is here too, so he's gonna start looking out for possible wingman opportunities for Ethics.
Okay. Ethics and Clintock and Felix are sitting at another table having a conversation and drinking their random mystery brews. Don't worry, brother, I got you.
No, brother, I'm getting you.
No, I'm getting
Ah.
you.
No, I'm getting you.
What does your beer taste like?
The first one I got tasted like shit, and then this one tastes like cayenne pepper, and it's much better. What is yours?
It's really hot. It's like that hot mama that I saw that one night. It reminds me of her.
Brother, I think we got the same beer. Turns that mystery is solved.
I wonder if they have tournaments here. I hope they have something better than this music because it sucks.
Do we have any tomatoes we can throw?
Wait a minute. We heard Lowe ask for what he wanted. Was this on the menu for what he wanted? Did he want a stupid dulcimer player, a bad dulcimer player, or not?
It sounded, there was some sort of request about sailor songs or something.
So he likes depressing sailor songs. Noted.
Should liven this place up. And Basil's gonna look around to see if there are. I mean, I'm sure there might be a bit of a rough crowd, but he's gonna look around and see where they are, and to see if they're engaging in any sport.
You look around and there are two guys at a table with a stat. I mean, they've already obviously have drank a lot. They seem to have downed their 40 that they got and then are working on the other one. And they're kind of loud. They're loud. They're above the music, when they're talking almost and laughing. They seem to have they're doing the punching game where somebody punches their arm and then the other one punches the other arm and just being obnoxious.
Brother, we might have to go win the game. We have to win. I mean, we usually do the punching game in different ways, but we could make an exception. No brass knuckles or steel knuckles.
Oh, yeah, I see them over there. But do you want to go set them straight?
Yeah.
Let the games begin. So Ethics will accompany you over to this table. They got a bunch of mugs, and a waiter comes by and he collects all of them on the plate, and you can tell that they're just they're definitely shit hammered. And the one guy just winds up and he just kind of hits the other guy's arm. He's like, oh, do you quit? Do you give? No, I don't give. No. They're like, hey, what do you want?
We saw you playing. We saw you competing from across the room, and we thought we could show you how it's really done.
Oh, those are fighting words.
How it's really done.
Yeah. And then Basil's going to are they is it like a 4-top or is it a 2-top that they're at?
It's a round table and they're sitting on both sides.
How big is this round table?
4 people could sit comfortably there.
So on the sides, the seat that they're not sitting,
Mm-hmm.
Basil's gonna turn to Ethics and say, "Let's show him how it's done, brother." And we will motions him to sit like in the seats that they're not,
Okay.
and then just like they start arm wrestling each other, Basil and Ethics.
Yeah, they look at it as like, the hell is that? That's for like, it's for wimps.
And then we keep going.
wow.
We keep going, and then as you know, and then as Basil starts winning, and he pins Ethics' arm, he clenches his fist and then punches him right up. And he says,
Well,
"See, got you. Didn't even see it coming."
You punching the guy in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like really just like with his good arms, really like a big uppercut.
Give me an attack roll.
Pray for good weather. That was a 3. So that was no modifiers will save that roll. But you know, it is early enough that the only hustle point I have is probably worth it.
For your honor.
For a 2. So no, does not succeed.
So you try to punch him and he like slumps over almost, and that's the only reason you miss him, because he just kind of staggers and like, hey, what are you trying to do, man?
I was just playing the punching game.
Oh, okay, yeah. And he leans his head forward. He goes, give me your best shot. I don't think you can, you don't look that tough.
So he's gonna punch him again.
Yeah, you don't need to roll. You can. He's offering you his face. Just roll damage.
So no knuckles. So it'll just be a D4. That's 4 damage.
So you hit him a couple. You hear a couple of teeth snap and fall to the ground, and he just goes all the way back in his chair, crashes to the ground, and the other guy just laughs at him.
All right,
No.
Ethics, it's your turn.
I'm good, man. And he gets up and he takes a couple gold pieces out and drops it on the table and starts to walk out, and he's like running into the chairs. And just as he's doing that, now one dwarf comes out, looks around, and kind of pushes that guy to the side and looks at that dude on the ground and looks at you guys, and he's like, remember what I said? Drunk and stupid. And he reaches down and grabs that guy by the collar, and he starts dragging him out of the bar, out of the Sailor Seduction. And the other dwarf sees what's going on as the other guy like staggers out of through the doorway. He runs over and he kind of grabs his feet, and they're kind of like carrying that guy out.
So is anybody else watching them as they're dragging them out, or are they sort of studiously ignoring it?
Loesch is clapping because this is great entertainment. Some people, there's not a whole lot of people in there, so it was pretty obvious when Basil flattened this guy.
Darn. I was thinking they'd be distracted. It might be a time to try to pick a pocket.
I mean, they're watching this. You might be able to sidle up to somebody and do that.
Oh, I was thinking of the doorman. He's collecting gold out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of eyes on them right now.
So they drag this guy all the way to the door that you came in, like, before you met the doorman, and they kind of like clump him down. He's just kind of like laying on the floor. And they open the door and go back inside as this guy's just laying there passed out.
I'll look at Basil. I'll look at Basil the Fifth there and go, I stayed at my table, but I was watching the thing, and so I'll look at Basil the Fifth and raise my cup to him, and I was righteous, and take a big swig.
Basil's going to go to the guy who's knocked out, laying on the ground, act like he's trying to give him some aid.
Mm-hmm.
Try to smack his face. Hey, dude, you need to wake up, man. Why don't you wake up? But he's not really smacking.
Right.
And, with his other hand, he's like feeling his pockets and trying to find out if he's got any money.
You're rolling the trunk, eh?
Yes.
All right. Give me a D10 roll.
A D10 roll. 7.
All right, you find 7 gold pieces.
Woot! And he stands up and he goes, no, he's really out. Goes back to his table.
As you're walking back, and the song that is droning on, the door opens and 2 guys come in. They look pretty rough. They look like sailor types, scars, cut off. I mean, it's winter. They got cut off shirts, tattoos, and the dwarf just kind of pokes his head around the door, and he's like, "Aye, there he is." And the 2 guys come in and haul this guy up, and you hear the other one say, "Is there any more?" And he's like, "Aye." You see the dwarf. He looks over at everybody in the bar. He's like, "We might have a few more later." And they call this guy off, and they close the door.
I wonder what that was
hope
about.
Not. Basil will go over. Those guys seem like they could be good competition.
They didn't look like the city guard, did they?
No, they did not.
More like a press gang.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Somebody got press ganged, wind up in a military camp or a ship.
Or a slaves galley. Guys, I'm not sure if you want to drink too much here. We may want to watch ourselves.
Yeah, well, getting knockout drunk isn't on the menu anymore. I'll tell you that.
Loesch just kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, that's good." The one night I saw almost a dozen leave that way.
Yeah, okay. So I'll look at Loesch since he's being talkative and say, "Really, thanks for everything, man. But what are those 2 rough guys? What do they do?"
Oh, well, of course they take them to be. They're now sailors, of course. They'll be on the high seas.
Okay, press ganged.
They had a job occupation change. Good fun.
I guess that makes sense. The sailor seduction. I haven't. Do you know when the dancers come out? Ethics is kind of chomping at the bit here.
Oh, when of course the moon is full. Yes, yeah, it'll be much later. Drink up.
Yes, indeed. And he pours the drink up his side. Acts like he takes a big gulp, only takes a sip.
Basil will still drink, but he's going to pace himself for the marathon, not for the sprint.
Okay. A few more people wander in after the next 30 minutes. An hour passes. You can hear a commotion out where you had entered, like behind the door, you can hear some like yelling or something, and the door opens, and a young girl comes bolting out into the Sailor Seduction, and she looks around and she spots you. It is Remy, and she comes running over. Oh man, I thought I would find you here. I'm really not surprised. I was maybe wondering, as she goes and she kind of sidles up, grabs a chair and sits next to Basil Wilberforce. Basil, there's a book that I need that's really important. It's called Priestess of the Banished. It's a really, really old book. And well, it's sort of hard to find. And well, I know where it is, but I need to borrow it just for like a couple days. I'll bring it back. But the person who has it just doesn't want to loan it to anybody. And I think, you might be able to persuade them to get it for me.
Persuade them or just liberate it from them?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you could use that. Liberate. That's a good term.
I could probably try to do that, but I don't know if you want to go about returning it. That usually leads to complications with liberated items.
Yeah, but then it's, I just needed to look at it. Just for a couple nights.
Well, I could do that, I'm sure, if I had something to persuade me to do something like that. A man doesn't come about these skills easily.
Right.
And there's a lot of risk involved in such liberation if I was to, say, get caught.
Oh, I mean,
not that I would, mind you.
Yeah.
Really, really could. But that's why you came to me, because you were looking for the best, right?
Yeah. What's the book for?
It's for research. It's for the research project I'm on right now. It's really important. It's for the Dream Dragon. It's for Charlie.
Okay.
And this stuffy old former professor, doesn't like to let anybody look at his book collection.
This guy. Well, do you happen to know exactly where the book resides?
Well, it's in his room I believe at the Rejuvenating Bog.
Well, we have rooms there.
Oh, you do? What a coincidence.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, surely I can get this book for you. Just for a modest fee, I'm sure.
Yeah. She reaches into her pocket and puts 2 gold, minted gold pieces on the table. They don't look like regular gold pieces that most of you guys have, because they're kind of for lack of better, like they look like generic gold pieces. These are like actual minted, like from a mint, and they got the picture of the ape empire on one side and some kind of ape saying on the back. She's like, will this work?
This will buy more than one mystery room wallet.
I mean, yeah, it just depends. As she looks around at what you guys have been drinking, she's like, they serving the one with mint in it?
This one's got cardamom in it.
Yeah, it's not as good.
Mine are, everybody's tastes different. Mine are like ginger beer.
Well, I usually serve like 2 or 3 different kinds of mystery brew.
Well, there's a spicy one tonight too. The Bessex brothers got it.
It's delicious.
So a waiter comes over and puts 2 mystery brews in front of her, and she's like, and she looks over and Loesch winks at her.
Hey, that's
Okay.
real nice to find that Loesch there. You should sit with him and drink, and I'll see if I can go find your book.
Is that part of the agreement?
No,
That guy's kind of creepy.
no, but he's a real nice guy. I mean, he bought you 2 drinks. He bought us 2 drinks. He bought them 2 drinks.
He bought everybody drinks and dictated the entertainment.
Oh
Which
God!
kind of sucks now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Just don't
I'm-
get drunk and stupid here.
So we've
Yeah,
seen
we
it.
saw
What's-
somebody get stupid. I punched him out, and I think that he was taken away. I hope they put him to bed.
Oh well, I'm sure they will.
Yes, namesake. That's exactly what they did with him. They put a nice, comfortable bed. Everything's going to be hunky dory for him. He's going to live in a wonderful place from now on.
It's really waking up that's going to be the problem. As she
Yeah,
takes
he's
out
gonna have
another
the hell of a
minted gold
hangover.
piece and hands it to you, Basil. So that's 3. She's like,
Okay.
I think this should cover it.
Let me go and see what I can do. I guess I'm going to have to leave you guys here. Try not to get in too much drunken trouble. Because then Karn will make us all come after you to try to rescue you.
Yeah,
This goody
impossible.
2 shoes. Can't stand that guy. Get in the fight though. He'll stand up like he's getting ready to leave.
Okay.
I guess he's going to have to try to go and steal a book.
Yeah, she chugs the 40 that she gets. She's like, oh, pepper. Oh, it's like cayenne. Whew. Okay. I'll leave you guys with this one. I gotta go. And she turns and maneuvers through the crowd and puts her fingers in her ears as she goes past the person performing and bolts out the door as the dwarf has opened it and it's like yelling at her.
Oh, guys, did you see the way she downed that beer? That's kind of hot.
She is very evasive. I think she's running from something.
Yeah, but she's paying good gold. I'm going to have to go and get a book. I wonder what else valuable he's got in there.
Well, just don't get drunk and stupid.
Oh, no. You're the one that's got to worry about that. I'm on the clock now. No more drinking for me tonight. I got a job.
All right, well, I'll meet you back at the room.
See you guys. He'll head out. Going back to the rejuvenating bog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna follow him or you guys gonna hang out?
Tarjan has no particular need to leave, so don't really see the motivation to leave.
Okay. No, that's fine. So Basil, you exit out of the sailor seduction. You see those 2 guys with the tattoos and the scars and the cutoff shirts standing out, just kind of having a drink, hanging out right outside.
They're waiting for more.
Mm-hmm. So you make your way back to the rejuvenating bog through town. About an hour passes, and the doors open. The door opens again. There's a couple more people. There's probably like a dozen people in here. The guy finally ends his song. or his renditions of many songs to a smattering of claps. Loesch, of course, is the biggest applause. And Loesch looks at you and goes, "For all the times I had to listen to terrible music, now they get to suffer." And you see two apes come in. They got robes with you can see a little bit of like gold trim on them. They're wearing they probably have some kind of armor, and they're kind of looking around the bar, and they see Loesch, and they begin to make their way over to his table.
Does it look like Loesch sees these guys?
Yeah.
And what's Loesch's reaction?
He doesn't really care. And they tell him to get up and want to have a private conversation with him. He's like, fine. And he grabs one of the mystery brews that's been brought to him. And they walk over to a corner that's, kind of unoccupied. And Loesch is pointing behind, telling them, the next performer. And then another guy comes up there with a drum, and he starts playing some song on his drum. And the apes seem to be questioning him about stuff. They look pretty serious.
Well, Torjon, and ethics, this is concerning. I think it might be best if we left as discreetly as possible.
Yeah.
The apes have if I remember correctly, a lockdown on silver, and since he was brandishing it, that could come back to us. It would be unfortunate if we were in the same place. Just quickly point us out.
Oh, that's right. He does know our face from earlier.
So I think we should leave before he draws that connection to us specifically.
Okay, you got a point. And it doesn't look like the entertainment's getting any better anyway. Damn the old guy! I was hoping he was into nubile young women, not just stupid singing and drumming. I mean, in the story, it talked about being whipped. I thought we could get some entertainment here. But yeah, you're right. This smells like trouble. And we'll sort of say the same thing to the table with Felix and Clintock and who else? So yeah, right.
Okay, brother. You go first. We'll be right behind you. We don't want to make it too obvious.
Oh well, that's fair. Just make it quick. I don't want to have to bail you out, brother.
No, but
not again.
And if we have to settle things with arm wrestling, I'll make sure to get you.
Thank you. We will be. We won't be far away. We'll just wait and we'll wait somewhere nearby. I don't know. Is there on the way to the Sailor Seduction, is there because I don't want to go all the way back to the Rejuvenating Bog and just be like, yeah, hope you'll make it home. But kind of keep distance, but a place that we could rendezvous. So Basil's trying to recall where, if there's a good place nearby that we could rendezvous that isn't just some alley and isn't Loach's shop.
There's so where everybody comes off the docks and kind of enters Clinkville, there's kind of an altar where people get blessings and stuff. And that's kind of a common area. So that might be an easy spot.
Is it far from here?
No, it's probably like a couple blocks.
That's good.
We'll meet you at the altar.
Yeah, it's called Blessings of the Spirit.
All right, brother. Don't be late.
I won't, brother.
And then we'll exit.
Okay. So you make your way out as the apes are talking to Loesch. And he seems to be laughing and giggling as you're leaving, as the apes look very serious. So you head out, you see the two tattooed guys and scars standing there. You also see that nearby there's a small place called Sailors for Hire, which of course is closed. You pass a couple other shop. You pass like a bunch of shipbuilding, Darius Shipping and shipbuilding. There's you can hear some people working on ships, and it's late. It's probably like 8 or 9 o'clock at this point. And then you get to kind of the main entrance to Clinkville. Welcome to Clinkville. There's a big archway with like some vines and like a trellis, and there's a human man standing there in robes, and it says, in common, blessings of the spirit, and he's kind of sitting there on a chair, and you can see a couple people coming in off the docks coming into Clinkville, and he's like, blessings of the spirit for you and you, and he has like a basket that looks like they throw money in. Blessings of the spirit for you. And they walk past him. Welcome to Clinkville. And then after
that job looks like it sucks.
Oh, it does. And after about 15 minutes, Ethics and Clintock and Felix, you can see them walking down past all the shops and stuff headed your way.
Okay. I'll tell the guy who's doing the blessings of the spirit. I say, if you get off early tonight, I hear the Sailor Seduction is giving out free drinks.
No, that's okay. That's how I got this gig. The last guy went in there, and well, I think he's on a ship somewhere.
Oh yeah, we saw that. We saw that trick tonight.
Yeah. Well, at least they warn you. Before, they never would warn you. But the mayor said you got to tell them. Drunk and stupid.
Also, so that's what don't get drunk and stupid means.
Yeah.
It's not much of a warning. It's more of like a thing you would tell anybody who goes into any tavern.
Yeah, you would think before they never said anything, and then just haul people off. Well, I'm offering blessings of the spirits. Blessings to you, and you, and you.
It doesn't.
We're gonna say, well, I hope you have a better night, and I'll drop a gold piece in.
Oh, well, thank you.
Let's head back to our place, not in a way that circumvents the way we just came.
Okay, so you're gonna take the scenic route.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are taking
as long as it doesn't go through some bad neighborhoods or something.
No, really the only really bad neighborhoods would be, you've already been there, to the tents that are outside the city. Basil, you return to the rejuvenating bog.
Yes.
All
of my elements.
Yep. There's a couple people in the bathhouse relaxing in a large pool, like a Roman bath, like a large pool area. You know where your rooms are. And then you can hear the panting of a dog, and sounds like a ball or something back in one of the back rooms, like the private area.
Yeah. He's got to figure out where this room is. Was she able to give him any clue? He should have asked that. But even which room that
she would have told you it was it was a private room.
Okay. He'll go up to the front desk clerk and go, "Hey, do you have any private rooms here?"
Yeah. We've got one more. Do you need one more? You need one for this evening?
Yeah. I found out some disturbing news. I think I'm gonna try to get into a private room. It's somewhere where the general public can't get to, right?
Well, yeah, it's locked. We give you a key. I mean, room number 4 is the last room we have.
Okay. And he'll pass over 2 gold.
Okay.
Not the finely minted gold.
Good. Yeah. Well, yeah, and if you were to do that, they would give you change.
Okay. Yeah, he hands him 2 regular gold
Okay.
and gets the directions.
He hands you a key. He says you have room number 4.
Okay. Are there 4? It's not all that private if there's 4 rooms, huh?
Oh, there's a total of 12.
Oh, wow. So I've got 11 neighbors. He'll have to do, I guess. Now he's got to figure out which
Yeah,
ones.
I mean, it should be fairly quiet back there. Shouldn't really have any problem due to disturbances. We kind of keep it kind of relaxed and the annoyances to a minimum.
Yeah, I got some bad news and I just need to be alone for a while. I'm not going to stay with my friends like I was planning on doing. I seem to hear some noises from that hallway, though. I don't know. Maybe I was just imagining things.
Yeah, okay. He comes out from behind the desk and says, "Follow me." He walks over there, gets his key and unlocks it. He's like, "What's that?" And he looks and sees Karn throwing a ball to his dog. He's like, "Could you not do that? We're trying to keep it quiet here."
Oh, I didn't think I was bothering anybody.
Yeah, maybe not, but we have some light sleepers.
Very well. Oh, Karn got a dog. I mean, I don't mind if he's playing fetch with his dog. It's just me, though.
Yeah, but we have other people in these rooms, so we can't have the dog running around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard there's like some professor here and some other people, but I just need a quiet place now. You said room 4?
Yeah.
He's not giving anything up, is he?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, and yeah, I'll go to my room now. And he's not going to let Karn know what he's up to.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And what was Karn's room? 6?
2, I think.
2. Okay.
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Once he thinks he's alone, he does try to pay attention to which room Karn goes into before he goes in, because he can
Okay.
eliminate that door.
Yep. All right.
And then he's going to sit out in the hallway for. I think he'll go out in the hallway, try to find some place to sit unobtrusively, and sort of watch and see if anybody comes and goes from the doors for like maybe. He can't wait there forever, but maybe like 30 minutes to an hour or something like that. See if he sees anybody matching the description coming and going.
An hour passes, and the same attendant who was down at the front desk comes back there with a tray of food. It looks like some sort of bowl of something. It looks like rice or something, and some cranberries and some kind of drink. He knocks on door number 6, and the door just creaks open, and he passes the tray to him and gets a tray back in return and closes the door and begins to walk past you.
They don't say anything to each other or anything like that.
No, there is nothing exchanged.
Okay, so somebody's in room 6 and awake right now.
Yeah, it's probably what, like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. So he's gonna go to, it's 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
He's gonna go to the far back end, the one end of the hallway, say whatever, room 12, room 1, room 6, whatever.
Yeah.
But not room 6. He's not gonna go to 6, right?
Right.
And he's gonna, what can he say he's looking for? Oh, he's gonna knock on the door. Do the rooms, he goes into his room and checks it out. Do they have like bath? Is there a bath in there? Or
Yeah,
sink
yeah, you
or
walk in
anything
there,
like that?
there is a bed, there is a bath area in the floor inset. And it's steaming. You can see that it's being heated by something.
Okay.
It's like the perfect temperature.
Okay.
There is a basket of some fruit and stuff, and there's a chair to sit in. Like a nightstand. It's really nice.
Okay. So he'll go to this door and he'll knock on the door.
Which door?
Anything but room 12. Basically, he's starting at one end of the hallway and he just gives the quiet knock, knock, knock at the door.
All right, so you're starting at what, room 1?
I guess, yeah, sure.
Okay. Give me a D6 roll.
3.
Okay, nobody answers.
He looks around and he tries to open the door.
It is locked.
He has thieves' tools.
Okay.
He is going to try to pick the lock on the door.
All right.
So open locks. Oh, he's real good at that. Wait, I think this is his old one. Basil's what? Level 3 now, right?
Yeah.
All right. I've got to look up his number for opening locks. Open locks. No, 25 it is. Great. Oh, I got a 12.
Okay. You managed to pick the lock.
And he opens it and he looks inside.
It is very dark. It's you can see that there is a lamp in here and it's really low. Somebody is sleeping in the bed.
He enters in quietly and doesn't quite latch the door behind him.
Okay.
Lets his eyes adjust to the light and tries to see around the room.
Okay. Yeah, there's person sleeping in the bed. They've got a backpack. They've got a pack like next to the nightstand. Their clothes are hung up.
Does he see any books around?
No.
So he creeps over to the backpack and picks it up and walks out.
Give me a yeah, you're gonna have to move silently.
Okay. Move silently is 30. Yeah, I got a great chance of doing this. Yeah. 32. So I think I failed.
So you grab the backpack and begin to slink out of the room. And a chain falls out of one of the side pockets and clanks on the floor. And you hear somebody stir like, hey, whoa, as you get to the door.
Sorry, wrong room. And I run out and look it.
Do you keep the backpack?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I got like 3 hit points. 2. My goal is to run like.
Okay. There we go. I rolled a 3, so I go first here. All right. So this person gets up and they are going to attempt to grab you before you get to the door.
Okay.
A 13.
I think that's a miss. What's Basil's AC? AC. Nope, that a 13 hits.
Okay. So they kind of run and like hit the door and grab onto you. It's like, I don't think that's yours.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here you go. You can have it. You don't have any books, do you? I was just really looking for something to read.
It's like, what?
I'm
Books?
bored. I can't get to sleep. I was looking for something to read.
Ask somebody at the front desk, and he kind of pushes you out the door and closes it and locks it.
I don't believe you got away with that one.
I might have to rethink my strategy here. So I return to the end of the hall and see if anybody pays any attention to the noise.
Well, the closest room is Karn's.
Yeah. Give me a D6 roll for Karn. Let's see if he hears it.
2.
Yeah, Karn hears some commotion. Somebody yells something about a thief.
Yeah, it's the craziest thing, Karn. I came out here to investigate. But you don't have to worry about it. Hey, you don't know some guy called Workman, do you? And he'll just tell him that he's heard the name, but he doesn't know where he is either. Why don't you just go to bed? Stop being about bad and evil things. Cuthbert does not approve.
You hear the door to one unlock, and that guy sticks his head out. You two shut up. Go to bed. Closes the door and locks it.
Arn says, good advice, and closes the door. So Basil will go up to room 6 because he knows somebody's awake there and knock on the door.
You hear the door open, and a man who looks like an Archon, who looks like a Cardassian, very old, like his skin looks like old shoe leather, with a cloak on. He says, "Can I help you?"
Well, yes. My name is Basil, and I'm staying over here in room 4. And what's your name?
Gorkman.
Oh, well, Gordman, it's really nice to meet you. I wanted to take a bath, but I didn't have any towels. And I was wondering if maybe you had a towel that I could borrow.
Give me roll 2d6, add your charisma.
A 4 and a 4. That's 8. No charisma modifier.
No towels.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even have a library here either. Like looking for something to read and looking for a towel and well, that front desk clerk, he was awful gruff and surly earlier. Something about some woman pestering him, wanting to see some guest who didn't want to be seen. Like I didn't want to deal with him again if I didn't have to.
Come in. He lets you in. You can see his room looks a lot nicer. It looks more lived in. There's like a couch in here and a chair, some fine tapestries, a bookshelf that's chock full of books, but it's got like a glass case on it, and like a reading desk, and there's some food. You can see that the plate of food is there that he's eaten most of. Towels, you say, towels. He walks over to like a dresser. Find you some towels. His name was Basil.
Yes, sir. My name is Basil, and I have a best friend called Ethics.
Oh. Are you at Are you adventuring? Stopping through Clinkville?
Sometimes we do adventuring, yes, sir. We recently came into town, returned from the Underdark, and well, you can see I could really use a bath, but man, no way to dry off once I get done.
Yes, these baths are very soothing, rejuvenate the soul.
They really, I dipped a toe in it, felt great. Well, not my toe. I put my hand in there because I'm wearing boots. But
Right.
you know what I mean. Metaphorically, you've got a wonderful book collection here.
Oh, thank you.
It's very nice. What kind of books do you like to read?
Historic books, of course. Sometimes interesting tales, allegories, things like that, but mostly historical.
Oh wow, love history. Don't know much about it though. You never find anybody who can teach you those types of things. Basil
Shame.
actually has 15 in intelligence. He reads well.
Well, that's a shame. Well, here we go. He hands you a towel. It's got like GLN monogrammed on it. Just leave it at the front desk. When you're done with it, they will return it to me.
Oh wow, I really, really appreciate that. This is so nice. Thank you, thank you. Now I don't have to mess with that clerk. You get a good night's sleep now.
Oh,
And he says, let me give you something here. And he goes into his backpack, and there were some flowers that he had harvested that helps people sleep.
okay. All right.
And he says, I've got this gift for you. It'll help you sleep really well too. It's got a great scent. Smells wonderful. And he shoves it up at its face. He's like, here, smell.
Okay. All right. Very good. Let's see here. Oh, he takes a strong whiff of it. Oh, that's very relaxing. Thank you, Basil. I appreciate that.
Oh, you know how it is. It's hard to get a good night's sleep sometimes.
Yes, it is. I think I'll be able to get some rest tonight. I have an early morning. But you have a pleasant evening.
If you
I will.
He's good too.
Yes,
you have
if
a
you
good
could,
night.
if you could leave some, I would gladly use that.
Oh yeah, excellent. He leaves a couple of those flowers.
Okay. He escorts you out and closes the door behind him.
And then I just have to go and wait for a few hours.
Okay, and as you come out into the main room, you run into the rest of the crew, and we can take a break right there.
Okay.
Sounds good.
He passed his roll. He almost knocked him out. I gave him a roll.
That's right. He's gonna go to sleep, and if he's older, maybe he might take him and help him stay asleep when I try to creep.
Basil, you go off and back to bed. As you do that, you run into the rest of the crew out loitering. You run into Torjon and Zofan.
Or Basil.
I'm sorry, Basil.
And presumably Clintock, Felix, all the rest of the crew, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, are you still up?
Oh, yeah.
How'd the job go?
Well, I figured out which room he's in, and I couldn't get him to go to sleep, but I'm just gonna wait for him to go to sleep, I guess. I know where he keeps his books.
Okay. We need to get a message to Karn. Do you know which room he's in?
Yeah, he's in room 2. I just saw him a little bit ago. There was
Okay.
a bit of a misunderstanding in the hallway. Nothing serious though. Do you want me to
Uh-huh.
come here?
And of course, it didn't have anything to do with your job, did it?
No, no. It was just a funny misunderstanding between me and another guest. It was nothing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I needed a towel. I got this real nice towel now. You see, real nice guy. Let me borrow a towel so I can take a bath because my room didn't have any towels in it. But here, I'll take you to Karn's room because you got to have a key to unlock this door.
Oh, he's in the private section now.
Yeah, yeah. Did you know he was playing fetch with that dog and he got yelled at? Like, I couldn't believe he was doing something like that. He always obeys all the rules. But no, he said you had to be quiet and not play fetch with your dog in the hallway, I guess.
Wow. Karn must like that dog of his. Sorry. Yeah, I need to go talk to Karn.
Okay, well, here, I'll show you the way. And he leads him up to Karn's room, knocks on the door. He's like, I'm going to go in my room and take a bath now.
Okay. You're in number what?
Me? I'm in 4.
Okay.
Why, you need to come see me?
No, just curious. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
the evacuation routes and all that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, are the rooms numbered like odds on one side, evens on the other, or is it just like back and forth, stuff like that?
No, it's 1 to 12 on one side.
Okay, so 4 isn't 8, 6, unfortunately. All right. Yeah, I'm here in 4. You can, if you need me, I might not be here in between like midnight and 2 a.m. Unless you want to help.
No.
I mean, if somebody knew how to cast sleep or something like that, that'd be great. Okay, I'm off to my room now.
50%.
50%?
Yeah.
We can split.
I got a sleep spell.
Hey, that would be perfect. I'll come see me in my room as soon as you get done talking to Karn, okay? Because we don't want him to know about this.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Basil heads back to his room.
So Karn gets another knock on his door.
Well, this is a busy night for a private room. What do you want? He opens up the door. Oh, it's you.
We need to step inside. I need to tell you something.
Okay, come on in. Watch out for there. The dog had an accident.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably going to catch a cleaning charge for that one.
Well, you should know we spotted you remember Loach,
Oh, yes.
the guy with the crystal sword?
Yes.
We spotted him at the Sailor Seduction. We managed to buy everybody there a drink and buy the entertainment for the night for a silver piece.
I take it that's quite expensive.
Yep. You are sitting on a fortune.
Well,
If you want to use it for Cuthbert's grace, you need to hide it. We also saw on our way out, we also saw some apes talking to him.
Indeed.
So I know Cuthbert doesn't exactly like deception, but if, for example, some apes came asking and found you had 10 to 20 silver, they might be happy and go away, not realizing you have far more than that. And that way you can use it for Cuthbert's will instead of the will of the Ape Empire.
Sorry, my dog was trying to get out of the room. And being noisy. I had 137 of those left after spending a few. So, and he's got to tithe a certain amount. So you're right. You're absolutely correct. I can't have this money is earmarked for Cuthbert, not for the Ape Empire.
Right.
Spread
But if they
the
find,
worse.
but you showed some off to Loach. So if they find you with none at all, they will know you have hidden some. But if you keep like 10 to 20 in an obvious place and they find that, they might believe that's all that there is.
This is a good idea. And there's a temple here I was going to visit in the morning. Perhaps I can just go there now. And go ahead and do my tithe while I'm at it. And I wonder if this place has a safe that I could use.
This place is under the Ape Empire's rules. If the apes demand, they will open the safe. I know you are very, very hateful to practice deception, but in this case, it is for Cuthbert's own sake.
I thought this city was not under the rule of the Ape Empire.
The one across the way is independent. We're still in the Ape Empire, right?
Yep,
See?
Clinkville. Yep.
Oh, we're in Clinkville. We're not across the way.
So the one across the way, what is it, river? Is
New
independent?
it's across the ocean. Yeah, New Tanchow City is like a city state. So
Yeah, but this whole place is under the Ape Empire. If they demand that safe open, it's gonna be open. And as much as I hate to suggest that Basil would have some idea. Basil Wilberforce would have some idea of the best way to hide stuff. I hear he's in room 4.
Yeah, let's go there now. He's gonna, they'll go to Basil's room
okay.
and he take his silver
Oh,
there.
Torjon is fully realizes he is setting the paladin up to possibly be swindled by. I'm setting up one of your characters to be swindled by the other one, but you know what?
Well, Basil also knows that Basil also knows what the paladin can do to him.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
Can and will.
he does act in his own self-interest most of the time. So
Right.
that informed self-interest, and I think Karn might play on that. So they go to Basil's room, and Karn has 137. He also has some magic items. So he's going to figure that he's going to take 37 of those to the chapel. He leaves 80 with Basil and keeps 20 at your suggestion on himself. But he's not going to be able to lie, but he can say, this is all I have on me or something like that.
No, that's all you have.
Yeah.
That's all the silver you have.
Basil's like, oh, yeah, sure. I can hold on to it for you. It'll be safe with me. Uh-huh. And Karn will give him a stern warning, so on and so forth. Basil shaking his boots and quiver and realize that he's either going to have to run for his life or be honest with this silver.
I'll look back and forth between that and sort of rub my head and say, a helper's fee wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility.
Very well.
Bit of
And it gives you a silver.
He gives me a silver?
Yeah. Oh, you talking about Basil?
Yeah, I'm talking about Basil.
Oh, I thought you were asking for. Torjon was asking for a helper's fee.
No.
Okay. We'll talk about that, Basil. We'll talk about that later. You know, you'd be doing this for the good that's going to come from using these silvers for helping others, right? Including yourself. Like if you need healing, who are you going to look for with his 12 doses of healing in his magical hands? Anyway, yeah. They'll work something out.
Okay, yeah. Making sure that Basil understands it's in his own best interest in the long term is, yeah,
Yeah.
all I wanted.
And then directly to the chapel, is it still open or is there nobody there? You said there was a chapel at the rejuvenating ball.
Right. Yeah. There's a, so you go, yeah, the chapel it's open, but there's really nobody there. It's just, there's like a little shrine in there. You know, something about the ape spirits and blessed are the apes, the spirit of the ape ancestors. The person at the front desk, if you were to if you to ask them, he would say that a priest will be in the morning. Are you looking for somebody specific?
Oh, no, I was looking to make a donation. Perhaps they have a collection lockbox I could put something into for them.
So does Karn wear anything that would signify that he is follower of Saint Cuthbert?
I mean, he's got some type of a thing around his neck, a holy symbol. That's
Okay.
probably to look like Cuthbert. But it's symbol of Cuthbert is hanging on his neck.
You're looking for somebody, I would say you do not follow the apes then.
Well, no, not really, but if their gods are of good alignment, Cuthbert will understand.
Tomorrow evening, somebody will be by in the chapel who has the same allegiance as you do.
Oh, indeed.
But if you wish to make a donation now, I can make sure it gets to them.
It's a healthy son. Does this guy look like? Do I get a feeling from this guy? Like, it's...
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't seem come off as suspicious. He opens up like a box and says, if you wish to make a donation here, I will keep it here at the front desk and hand it to you if you are here tomorrow night and meet with this individual, if you wish directly to give it to them. It sounds like you either wish to donate it now or you don't wish to have this money on you.
I think you understand clearly. God. Yeah, he's gonna go for it.
Okay.
He's gonna trust this guy. Because he recognizes the symbol of Cuthbert.
So he opens the box and turns and says, when you have put everything in, let me know.
And I take out the little pouch and dump it in there, close the box.
Okay. And then he turns around and locks it and puts it under the desk. And you hear something slide. I'll be here tomorrow evening. If not, I'll leave a note for the other person who works here that you have left something. Karn it is, right?
That is Karn. Karn Stone. And your good deed will not go unrewarded. I can promise you more than spiritual reward.
Yes, and I don't blame you for locking things up. I've heard that there's been an attempted pickpocketing tonight, so I'll have to look into that later.
Oh, no. Surely there wasn't. Not in a place like this.
Yes.
Well, just if you need help with the cur, let me know and I will lend my sword and my aid, the tongue of Cuthbert, the hound of Cuthbert. Shall be at your beck and call.
Good.
Oh, great. So you're not only going to execute our captain, you're going to execute your alt character. That's shooting for a record there, guy. I mean, I've heard of inter-party conflicts, but alt executing yourself is pushing it.
I never said execution.
I know. I'm being funny.
Yeah. I never said execution, but he said, there's a whip too, right? But poor Basil can't take the minimum damage from something like that. I don't think.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Is Basil going to do anything specific before he goes to bed, gets a rest, him and Ethics?
He's going to do a nightly workout routine.
Oh, okay.
He's not terribly concerned. After Basil went off and they were getting into shenanigans, he realized that he's kind of been lapsing on training and needed to get that sorted out before going to bed. So
it is the wee hours of the night. Basil and Ethics are still probably going through their workout routine. And,
halfway through.
Yep.
Well, if Torjan's willing to help with the sleep spell, I wasn't going to wait till the middle of the night. I thought I could knock on the door again and pretend I'm giving him his towel back, and
Okay.
Torjan asleep on him, and I'll split the reward with Torjan for it if he's still willing to help.
No, Torjan agreed. He will give you the standard warning of, some people just throw off spells. No, you're right, no save. But it's got a hit point limit. A single creature with 4+1 hit dice, see hit point modifiers.
Yeah, we got
Or a total of 2d8 hit dice of creatures with 4 hit dice or lower each.
Yeah, we gotta hope that he's lower than a 4th level professor of history.
Yeah. So, I mean, Torjan's preparations are going to be, he doesn't have disguise, but it's really simple, stupid that you don't throw a offensive spell on somebody's face while you're looking like yourself. So, I mean, he's gonna, let's see, he doesn't have much inventory, does he? I don't think he was given an inventory.
He had a loincloth.
Loincloth.
And some, well, he does have some dress outfit for when you went to that ball, so he would have kept that.
Well, that means he showed up. He probably showed up. I mean, he's not going to be walking around in the loincloth if he has the outfit.
Right.
So he showed up.
Why don't you just hold the towel in front of your face while you cast the spell? Wrap it around your head.
He's gonna go hit Orion. He's gonna go hit Orion up for a sack, so he can do the old, you can turn the sack into, the old bandit mask.
Okay.
So yeah, but what he would be warning Basil about is the spell has a short duration.
Well, we don't need to be there long. And, he's really nice. I think we'll just take the one book. I'm not going to take all his stuff. If I can, maybe we can get it back to him before he wakes up.
Yeah, not betting on that one. 40 short duration means 44 turns. So.
Yeah, a turn is 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. A turn is 10 minutes.
Yeah, a round is,
Okay,
is 10 seconds. A turn is 10 minutes. Yep.
So on average, so on average, 10 times 10 minutes, maybe well over an hour. That's average though.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, when you put somebody to sleep, they're out. Unless you kick them away for something.
All right. So this is your plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah, how late is it? How long have you waited? Well, you've had this discussion. It's probably been like an hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting.
So the door opens and this old Arconi man comes to the door with, looks like he's got some tea in his hand or something, and it's got those leaves in it. So normally he would not make a roll because he would easily pass this, but he has been drinking the tea that has the sleeping stuff in it. So I'm going to give him a roll. He's got to roll 12 or higher in order to prevent being put to sleep. A natural 20.
Oh, hi, Mr. Portman. I'm done with the towel. I just wanted to bring it to you. I hope I didn't disturb you.
Oh, you've brought a friend, I see.
Yeah, he's staying with me. Real nice guy. His name's John Tori.
Oh,
Oh God, you didn't.
oh, he's I see that he is an elf.
Indeed.
Yes, sir, he is.
That's good. I'm glad you're looking after him.
He's a really good guy. Are you enjoying your tea?
It is quite relaxing.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for the use of the towel. And you have good night, sir.
Oh, I will.
Crap. I guess we walk away.
This guy's gonna make every saving throw, isn't he?
With rolls like that, he will.
Mm-hmm. Dropping those 20s without remorse.
And as he closes the door, he says, "I appreciate your help with trying to make sure I get enough rest, but the tea should be sufficient. I don't think I needed that spell." And he closes the door.
Oh, God. So he knew that we cast the spell.
So, well, yeah, spell casting is sort of obvious. I wasn't gonna say anything, but if he was rolling with it, I was gonna roll with it.
Remy may not be getting her buck.
Are you okay, Baz? Are you going back to plan B? Are you going to try to break in the middle of the night, or are you going to let this ride for now?
I look at Torjon and I say, "What do you think, man? I mean, he's probably on to us. They said he was a professor, right?"
Yeah, he's either clueless or he's got the kind of brass balls you don't want to mess with.
I'm going to give it to a dice roll. I'm going to say 50. If I come under 50, I'll go for it. If it's over 50, I'm not going to go for it.
But I'll tell Basil that I'm not going to be able to help him until I have a chance to rest and renew my spell.
Maybe we can try again tomorrow night, but he's going to be on the lookout tonight for sure. Because, I mean, but he was drinking those flowers, but they don't seem to have much effect on him. He may be stronger than we think. No, let's leave it off for tonight. We'll have to tell Remy we'll try it some other time.
Oh, yeah, if he did, right.
But we can get her an audience with him. We can get her to see him. Because she hasn't even been able to ask to borrow the book.
That's true. You at least have entrance into the area, and maybe you can convince him.
And he seems to like me, okay? What do you think?
Either that or he's toying with you.
Well, he answers the door when they knock.
Yeah. All right. Well, seems like we got enough problems for tonight then.
You know, we've got that silver in the room from Karn. I wonder if he would mind if we tried to spend one to get the book.
What does his room look like? I didn't go in. What does his room look like when you were in there?
It's really nice. He's got his own embroidered towels. He's got a glass bookshelf. And that's obviously where the books are kept, but it looked like it had a lock on it. Didn't you say it was a locked glass bookshelf?
Yeah.
That he had? Yeah. It looks really well lived in. Fancy tapestries on the wall, everything.
So he's probably not hurting for money.
Mhm.
So unless the silver by itself is something special, he's not actually hurting for money. If you want to do that, here's the angle you take. Karn's probably got a soft spot for, women in general. It's that paladin thing. So if you can convince him to spend his own money, and maybe that way Karn will allow you to spend some money. But in general, I wouldn't, in general, Karn's our only healer. And you know what they say about parties that piss off their healer.
It's never a good idea, is it?
Nope.
I've never been in a party with a healer before.
Yeah, well, there's a reason that a lot of people on the Thunderous Fury. There was a reason there was a lot of turnover in the Thunderous Fury before Karn was on the field.
So we should go ask Karn, you think? The old man's still awake. Maybe Karn can talk to him.
I think bugging the old guy once more tonight might be too much.
Do we have any clue where to find Remy?
I mean, she's probably at her father's house. It is the middle of the night.
Let's go
Yeah.
find Remy in the morning.
Yeah. Well, we're meeting her. Well, we're meeting her father. I don't know if we're meeting her or not. Probably not. She's gung-ho to do her own thing. But yeah, I got to get some sleep.
Yeah, I think that we'll call it a night for tonight. Because this guy's gonna know something's up.
So Basil and Ethics, as you are done with your workout, and I'm sure you're going to take a dip at the bathhouse to, relax. Give me a D6 roll.
Do they have ice baths?
You know what? Yes, actually they do.
All right, so we would choose those. 2.
Oh, very good. So as you do that, and you know that they're using the ice from this ice that never seems to melt. It takes so long to melt. Some call it cursed ice, but they dump it out for you. And as you're relaxing and you're looking at the various ice cubes, you see a reflection. It looks like a woman who is like blonde with like gray streaks standing behind you. And as you kind of look behind you to look, there is nobody there.
Do I recognize this woman?
Yeah, she looks a bit familiar. Maybe you saw her in the Fae.
So I recognize it as one of the sisters.
Yep.
So he looks away and looks back at the ice, and can he still see her face?
No, it's gone.
Brother, have you I just looked and saw I just saw one of those crazy ladies we saw in the Fae.
Oh, whoa.
I was talking about the ones I'm talking about that had the rippling back muscles.
Oh yeah. You're she's obviously jealous of the attention you're getting here. So that's a good sign that she's following you.
Is that I've never had women follow me before. This
Yeah.
this could be a new leaf, brother. I think I
Yeah.
need
I mean, that's where I found my hot mama, was in the Underdark. It looks like you found yours in the Fae, brother, but
well, I guess women of this plane just don't do it for us.
no,
We
they
have
don't.
to go to further afield.
They don't appreciate us for who we are, obviously.
Well, I've never had a stalker from another plane, so I think Karn knows about these things. Well, at least maybe Cuthbert has a thing or two about how one could deal with this.
Yeah. Because Karn has that woman too, right? That one he looks at, talks to every morning, that like idol. So he's got his hot mama too.
Orion's having this terrible dream about missing a comedy routine, being too far away to hear a comedy routine.
Orion knows things about hot mamas. Didn't he give you advice one time?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he knows a thing or two. I mean, just listen to all its songs and stuff. He's a very he's obviously a man of the world.
Yeah, but does that world? I guess that world does include the Underdark and the Fae now.
Yeah, it does, because we've been there. So, I mean, how many worlds can there be? I mean, there's just how many more tournaments can we have to go to? We're gonna have to make a list.
The worlds are getting smaller, brother. Look,
And because our arms are getting bigger.
that's true. That's true. Well, look, I think I need to sleep. My muscles are tired, and I wasn't prepared to deal with a stalker from the Fae. And,
But when you say stalker like it's a bad thing, brother, it's you're lucky.
I mean, that's what needs to be seen, because my only woman is Victor, and I've never known another.
Yeah, well, it's tough to compete with the Commodious First Class, but it sounds like there's competition. It's always good with competition.
I mean, if I give up, if I start pursuing this woman who's obviously pursuing me, am I going to be cheating on my dream for the Commodious First Class?
Well, you don't know if you both could have the same dream. That's why she could be pursuing you. She could want the Commodious First Class as well.
Yeah, but then what if she takes it? Then she'll maybe leave me half the ship. That's not gonna fly. That's not gonna float.
Well, that's true. It's quite a conundrum. I'll check in the morning to see if Pincher has sent any messages sent us a message about if there's an Underdark tournament yet. I'll check. I make sure I check every day.
Yeah, maybe see if he's got a stalker.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's just the thing that people with really large arms get.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely tired, brother. So
I'm going to bed.
yeah. Finally, you guys all get out. You leave your ice bath, and everybody goes and gets a good night's sleep. For Orion, Torjon, Basil, Karn, Zophan. Oh yeah, so all your characters make a save versus spells as you go to sleep.
as we go to sleep.
As you fall asleep,
All right. Basil
All right,
needs a
bastard.
15 or higher.
So Zolfan and Basil?
yeah.
Basil Wilberforce fails.
Okay.
Zolfan succeeds with an 18.
And
Basil.
but Karn succeeds. He got a 15. He needed a 14.
Karn succeeds.
Yeah.
Basil fails with a natural 1.
Orion and Torton fail.
Okay. So in the morning when you wake up, whatever time you wake up early, I would assume, memories of the Fae, not the Underdark, so the Dream Dragon, Remy, for those of you who failed, are very sketchy, almost as though you never experienced them. You remember, the hag woman, the hut that was in the Underdark, but anything that happened when you were in the Fae, when you ran into the trees and the goblins and the ball that you were at seemed to vanish. So Zofan and Karn, you remember all that stuff distinctly.
That's not
The morning comes. Before the sun rises, you can hear the 11 distinct dings of the bells. The bells. And I'm sure Zofan is counting how long it takes between. It takes 10 minutes before the second set happens, as the changing of the guard has happened. You can smell rice and fish and crab cooking. And there's some kind of cranberry juice they have serving out in the main lobby area. That's your Clinkville breakfast. There seems to be a good crowd out there eating some food and getting their gear together and relaxing and ready to take on the day. Oh yeah, Dustin, give me a D12 roll. Okay, I did my fancy Clinkville weather chart.
5.
Oh, it appears to be, it's a clear day. It's in the 40s. So it's a little bit cooler than yesterday. Yesterday was in the 50s, but not bad. You guys are going to head out to Valentino's to meet with Remy's father.
We got to pick up our weapons from the crystal place first.
Karn paid
you know,
another night in the private room, by the way.
let's see. I was getting the spear silvered. Let's see, and I was getting the chainmail
Clean.
just repaired, conditioned, etc. I think somebody else was doing something too.
Karn had his whip dropped off there to get it repaired.
Oh right, and Karn was getting his whip fixed.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's got to collect the whip.
So yeah, we got to do that. We got to run by that first, and then meet. Darn, can't remember the guy's name. Anton. Okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you head out into the streets of Clinkville. Everybody is out and about, moving, walking through the streets, passing the Emperor's palace as they're raising the flags of the Ape Empire. And then you come up to the big crystal blade, which is open. As you walk in, and Loesch is sitting in his chair. He's maybe he was dozing off. He opens his eye. Oh, you returned. Oh, yes, your items. And he gets up and walks over to his display, and he has like the whip hanging on like a hook. And your whip I fixed, of course. It should be fine now. And then the armor is on like a display where you would hang armor and clothes and stuff. And you can inspect it. It's all been cleaned. You left too early. Things got crazy last night.
What happened?
Oh, Loesch does not kiss and tell. You should have stayed. It was good time.
We were very tired from the road. We thank you for the drinks last night, but wouldn't have been at our best anyway.
Yes, I still have one of those coins left. That went a long way. There was many many a patron that are now a sailor, if I say so.
Okay. Did he silver the spear as
Oh yeah,
requested?
he pulls the spear off the wall like it was hanging up there and hands it to you. Just about a minute. That should be fine. You are on some great
Excellent.
adventure now.
What did I saw there's some of the there were a couple apes that came in.
Oh yes, of course. They were asked about where I got my minted coin from.
What did you tell them?
Oh, well, of course. I told him that your friend Khan here gave them to me. I didn't tell him that. What am I, stupid? Of course not. I said there were some lovely ladies from Blissport that came in.
Well, thank you very much. Wait
Your
a minute.
discretion is definitely appreciated.
Can I
Inside him.
yeah, it's
I mean, yeah, you could. I'll let you make a wisdom roll.
it's a fail.
He seems to be telling you the truth. I told the apes you never know when you play these games of hide and seek what you'll find.
Oh God. So
Well,
wait a minute. And now I may be wrong on this, but were the Essex brothers trying to get one of their brass knuckles silvered or not?
I don't remember them doing that, but they could if they wanted to.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I
Because
don't
I remember them talking about weapons to the guy some way, but I just can't remember what they were talking to him about.
Basil wanted to get some chainmail.
Okay, that's what you were doing.
He got like rusty, dirty, pre-owned
Yeah.
chainmail.
Right, but later on he won the arm wrestling match, and the dwarf handed him over some chainmail. So he's got his chainmail.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was remembering. That's the only thing we needed to do before the breakfast meeting.
Basil's gonna, as they're walking through the streets, Basil's gonna tug on Karn's arm, by the way, and sort of tell him the story of what's happened the night before. Comes clean about it all.
Okay.
Brucone.
Raccoon, yeah. Yeah, he's still going with you, like walking around the city with you. You got it because you got him like halfway through yesterday. So he leads
Right.
you to Valentino's tavern, Valentino's Cafe, which is in the docks district, but it's like one row back. So there's some buildings in front of you, then there's the ocean, and leads you up. There's a decent crowd there. There's a picture of a halfling in a cloak and carrying a staff. That is Valadin. They say he is one of the heroes of the about 800 years ago that helped defeat Sakab, who is an evil sorcerer, and the Reg Dragon. And this would have been known as the War of Fallen Friends, which was about 800 years ago. There's a memorial near where the rejuvenating bog is. You would have passed, kind of like a memorial to all the people who died. But he's a famous adventurer. This is his cafe. And as you come up, they bring you like up on the second floor, like outside. There's a second deck, and there is is Anton waiting for you. He's got his glasses, his gray beard. He's bald on top. He looks, doesn't look as haggard as when you saw him yesterday, still looks kind of tired. He's sipping on some coffee. And there's two other people there talking, like in a corner, as he's gotten this table. Come in, come, have a seat. I will order some food for you. Some biscuits and cranberry sauce.
Meat, if you don't mind.
Oh,
I-
yes,
I-
roast some roast chicken.
I'll take 2. I need to. I worked out pretty hard last night. I need to get my strength up for today.
So you are outside. He is sitting outside. He's got his cloak on. It's about 40 something degrees, but the sun's up out. So it's, it's warm on this deck. You can see the ships coming in, smell the salt air. I hope you rested well. And I heard there was a throwdown at the Sailor Seduction. Hopefully you have all your companions. They didn't end up on some sailing ship this morning.
Why do people go to the Sailor Seduction if they know that there's a chance that they will be dragged away?
Place to get a good drink and relax and indulge in things that you wish to indulge in. And some get drunk and stupid, as the sign says, or so I've been told the sign says.
Sign? There wasn't a sign. They did warn us.
Oh, well.
But in any case, I bet they don't hassle the locals as much anyway, or at least the locals they like.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, what happened last night is apparently a guy named the proprietor of the Crystal Sword named Loesch came into some money and bought drinks for everyone. So yeah, there were more drunkards than normal.
Oh yeah. Well, that's Loesch for you.
Yes, he seemed quite taken with it. But I was able to hold my liquor. I'm good at that.
Good.
If you don't drink liquor, you don't have to worry about getting drunk and stupid.
Yes, but sometimes it's well worth it. But that's a different story.
Your daughter about today.
Of course she's about. She was up before the sun came up, before the bells went off, and she was out doing something. I barely got 2 words with her last night, this morning.
Very well, very well. I wish to pay my respects. That was all.
Oh, she is either at the university or she said something about going to the Sailors for Hire, but I don't know what she is involved in. I don't know what her latest project is. Hopefully when her paper or whatever she is submitted gets published, that maybe she'll slow down a little bit and sort of enjoy what she has accomplished. But I don't know what her next venture is.
She doesn't strike me as the type to slow down.
No, I mean, no, she's a handful.
Well, Orion goes, well, since last time you didn't know and were very concerned, I suppose we could tell you what we know. She's going to attempt to follow Charlie the dragon, which, again, the problem isn't when she was with Charlie. Charlie gave her the greatest of accommodations, enchanted quarters with multiple locks and traps backing them up. She was incredibly safe with the dragon. So the problem isn't if she reaches Charlie, the problem is getting to Charlie.
Oh, I see.
But that is definitely where she was headed. She told us as much.
Okay, I appreciate this. Thank you. That would explain her speaking with the apothecary. That would explain that, I think.
I don't follow.
She said something about a disease or something.
Oh,
So I'm assuming this Charlie has some disease that she has decided that she is going to try to fix.
He's diseased already. I mean,
There was there in the same general area that the dragon was, there were some cultists who worshipped ooze, strangely enough. Some demonic thing of ooze, and their highest aspiration was to turn into an ooze. But unfortunately, in the last fight, Charlie got some of it on him and was wounded. That is what she was trying to look into.
Okay, good. That is, thank you. That is good to know. I know that helps me.
Yes, if it helps, the cultists, all of the cultists that we know of are dead by our hands. They were incredibly unpleasant and dangerous people, but they are dead.
The waitress comes over with a big plate of biscuits and 2 huge bowls of cranberry jam and 2 chickens roasted.
Basil starts tearing into them, double fisting. They're double poultrying.
He kind of looks at you. He says, "Oh, about your friend Ox, right?"
Yeah.
He's what have you learned?
He is being kept in Tower 3. He said it's just he kind of looks. He's looking like south, and you can see there's a tower in the distance over his shoulder. He said that is Tower 3.
Okay. Did you learn anything about the charges? The mayor said that Ox admitted being a pirate, but that isn't his style. It really doesn't make sense to us.
Sometimes these things are kind of sketchy, but all I know is that this is what he's been charged with, and the Emperor is putting pressure on the mayor to handle it, because the Ape King himself is watching.
Oh, great.
So you own an established, presumably fine logistics company.
Yes.
What is your position in with regard to internal politicking in Clinkville? Would you consider yourself a key contributor?
Well, I am one of the noble class, so I am sort of influential in Clinkville. As influential as one noble can be among many.
Would you and your countrymen have enough sway, perhaps, to convince others, other nobles, to not vote for the mayor in the upcoming election if he should continue to follow through with this, and instead, perhaps, or at least sentence him to if they must follow through, sentence Ox to some sort of servitude under your wing, and then as a part of your company, and then we can account for that.
If I got all the nobles to and trust me, as a group, the nobility is not a fan of the mayor, but the general populace seems to like him a lot. They carry the majority of the vote each time.
And he definitely knows how to butter up the general populace.
Yes.
Bread and circuses, food and entertainment, basically.
Yes.
Is there any way we can get a sentence commuted to labor or something, rather than just execution? Does that happen often enough?
You would have to get the judge to look at the case again, which is rare, which is very rare. By the time you would get enough information, or you would get your case together, Ox will be long gone. They'll have executed him and send him to the four winds. It may be spring by then.
Right. So can't get it reheard quickly. He's going to be executed quickly, but we can't get it reheard quickly. The mayor loves his votes, and the general populace is likely to vote for him anyway, no matter what the nobles do. And so the nobles themselves would be unlikely to stick their necks out. What else? Trying to think of ideas, guys. I mean, okay. Player to GM, my character was obviously with Ox for at least some time, maybe not a huge amount, but is this piracy thing just complete BS, or is there something behind it?
It's not BS. If Ox is the type of person that, if authority said to him, "Hey, are you a pirate?" He'd say, "Of course I am." What are you going to do about it?
So that's how that went down.
What? He's going to be executed for being a smartass? I mean, there have been worse. Are there naval enemies that these people are worried about? Because it was common historically to basically turn pirates into privateers. You get to survive as long as you attack our enemies.
Well, the most famous pirate, of course, is Thaddeus O'Keefe, but no one has seen or heard from him in 100 years. But the other one would be Baruch, and who was his second in command, who probably is on the water still. I don't know if they would send Ox out to find them. I mean, that could be an angle. I mean, if they could be convinced that he would turn to the Ape Empire and assist.
Even a character such as Ox obviously values his life enough that he would be willing to do that to save it. And perhaps in some ways, if he goes out and does that, he could be doing good in the world.
Ox probably would do that. I don't know if he'd be concerned about the good or he would definitely change his alignment or his alliances in order to in the interest of self-preservation.
Yeah. Well, that's another point. Is there such a thing as visitation? Can we talk to the guy and maybe get his side of it, get any additional ideas from him?
If you have questions to ask him, I may be able to get them to him and get answers. They're not going to let anyone, any likes of you, speak with him. I may have a contact at the tower at the 3 that I may be able to pass some notes to him if you have questions to ask.
How guarded is this tower? Is it?
Well, it's standard 5 soldiers during the day, and then 3 soldiers at night.
Oh, last night would have been a perfect time.
And he's being executed when? How long do we have here?
Today is the 9th. I'm told it's any time between the late could be as early as the evening of the 10th.
Oh, great. No time.
Well, if he could find a way to ask him if he's willing to turn privateer, or if he has any other ideas and can pass a note back, then we can decide by tonight if we want to try to spring him, because 3 guards isn't that hard to take out if we can keep it quiet.
Yeah, 3 guards in the Wrath of the Ape Empire.
I mean, we've already got that, right?
Well, no, we're walking right now. We're walking around semi-free because we're not obviously, we're not wanted men.
Basil Wilberforce says, well, if you were that Torchon guy was any better at casting a sleep spell, everybody there none the wiser.
Torjon goes, and that would not help Ox in the slightest. That was all for Remy, and you know it.
Karn says, yes, Torjon, we're going to talk about that on the way back to the hotel, by the way.
Fine. Okay, it sounds like the only plan besides storm the tower is see if we can get a note in and out really quickly. See if Ox has anything. So who was it? Karn or Basil that said, first question is he willing? I mean, is he willing to turn privateer instead of getting executed? And then the second, and more open question is, what do we do, boss? Wait a minute. What's the damn soothsayer's name? The guy with the cards.
Pajari.
Yeah.
Pajari. Where the hell is Pajari? You would think a diviner, which is what he's supposed to be, would know what was going on.
Probably you would guess that he's with the ship, because if he was walking around Clinkville, they'd arrest him in 5 seconds.
And we don't know where the ship is.
Correct. You would figure Ox would know where the ship is.
Right.
Question 3.
Where is the ship?
Yeah, I'm not betting on that one getting answered.
Never know, but yeah, probably not. Because then we could just leave them.
No, he figured the note was going to be read by somebody else and provide a wrong answer. That's what I'd do. Sorry, guys, no brilliant ideas. You've heard what I had. I mean, the other idea would take too long. Orion could try to stir up some public sentiment by going around and rabble rousing, but that would take several days at best. Because he'd have to hit, several different places and rabble rouse, and we don't have time for that.
Against the mayor.
If the mayor likes his vote so much, let's see what he thinks of a popular uprising. But again, no time for that.
It's not a bad threat, though, to threaten that to the mayors. Tell them that, hey, look, if you if Ox agrees to go privateer, then take that idea to the mayor and say, if that doesn't work out, we're going to start a campaign to go against you. Do some rabble rousing in the streets and start running against you.
Right, and the mayor's security dwarf looks us up and down and starts figuring out exactly which limbs to start breaking first. I remember that dwarf. He looked like he was no fun at all.
Karn ain't scared. Karn's scared of nothing.
Anton.
Yeah, Karn's got his guaranteed afterlife. The bard doesn't know where he's going to end up.
Yeah.
And it might be in the arms of, wait a minute. Did I kiss somebody? No. No, that didn't happen.
Well, yes. Recently.
Like a paladin would know.
I mean, I was
How long-
standing right there wondering why you were trying to kiss the hag.
No, I was fighting the hag. We were fighting the hag. I didn't try to kiss the hag.
You sure did.
Oh, you were fighting her, tongue and all. I saw it.
What?
I don't know if ethics
What?
did. I saw it.
How could you forget?
Yeah, you look like you were enjoying it.
What?
know,
A hag? Are you kidding?
Do you not remember?
Hand of honor to Cuthbert.
Uh-oh. Okay, that sets him back. Because he knows the paladin doesn't lie about that shit. Okay. Bard, lore. From second level, a bard has a 2 in 6 chance of knowing lore pertaining to monsters, magic items, heroes of folklore, or legends. So what I want to do is see if I can make a roll to realize that Fey memories tend to go away.
Okay, yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Not something you've heard of.
He doesn't remember anything. Well, wait a minute. I'm sorry, did she hit me upside the head first? Because I remember that hag, and she wasn't anything worth looking at.
Well, she seemed quite attractive for a few moments.
Oh, shapeshift.
Well,
Well, I guess I can believe that. You know, gotta kiss the pretty girls.
I've heard that, deeply traumatic things can cause memory loss. And kissing a hag would have to be traumatic.
It didn't look traumatic at the time.
Well, no, it didn't. He kissed the hag and he liked it.
That's concerning. It was Basil. Basil forgot, but Zophon remembered, which seems somewhat appropriate. It is concerning that you are not able to remember or recall that. I'm wondering if
I don't know, but until or unless they show up again, we got bigger concerns at the moment. So.
Oh, I saw a hag last night.
What?
Yeah, I was chilling after my workout, and we were in the ice bath, and I saw one of them in the reflection in the water. She was standing behind me, and I turned around, and she was gone. I think she's stalking me.
Oh crap! I saw a woman in a reflection, and didn't think much of it.
Ethics says it's a good thing to have a woman stalk, and I'm not an expert in these things.
Gentlemen,
his gut on that one, but
it's a hag. It's not good when a hag stalks you.
How do you get rid of one?
I guess you bash it with your sword.
You can't just break up with her and she'll leave you.
Hags are very possessive.
Oh well,
And
that's
you've scorned her. You've made yourself a challenge now.
Think of every crazy girlfriend you've ever had, then multiply it by 10. And add in sadism and cruelty. There you go. There's your hag.
well. I've never had a girlfriend, so I don't have a point of reference. But that I can see this isn't good. It's also concerning that you have a stalker because I thought I was the only one.
Well, apparently I kissed one of them.
Maybe she liked it as well.
Well, okay. It was me after all.
Well, that's like another problem, and sorry to drop this on you, Anton. I know that's not really fun here at our breakfast this morning about my woman problems and Orion's woman problems.
Yeah, well,
Well, we obviously didn't have any wonderful and great ideas about getting Ox out.
but if you have those questions, I can.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I got is turn privateer instead of execution. What do we do, boss? Question 2. And question 3, where is the ship?
Fully expecting him to lie to us on question 3 so that, you know.
Well, we
Okay,
need
that's
to
all
know
I
how
got.
to extricate him to the ship, but yeah. We'll think of more after we get the answers.
Of
we
course.
should ask-
Oh, we should have asked this. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think of something else, probably would be maybe sometime this evening that I will be able to get these answered for you. So I will be in my office.
Okay,
You know where it is. Just come by.
that works.
Yes, yes. And myself and Basil Wilberforce, Torjan, we have some business back at the hotel. He gives the two of them a dirty look.
All
We'll
right.
talk on the way back.
So as he says, I've got the meal covered anyway. And he reaches out and pulls out like a sack, a bag, and leaves it on the counter on the table. As he says, "For your troubles, thank you again." And he leaves.
How much did he drop?
Okay, so for your 6 characters, each of you get 50 gold pieces
Nice.
and 50 minted gold pieces.
Okay, what's the difference between the minted?
The minted gold piece is 3 to 1. So it takes 3 of the unminted gold pieces to equal a minted gold piece. Was going to give you all minted, but that may look suspicious if you're
Okay.
all walking around with minted gold. In real terms, that's 200 gold pieces each.
Excellent. Thank you.
Nice. Thanks, Anton.
Yeah, he has already gone down the stairs, and he has left, walking in the crowd, headed to work or wherever he's going.
Part of me just wants to bust Ox out.
If we try that, we should do that in the evening watch. Yeah, Karn don't mind busting the guy out of the prison. It's the 8th Empire.
I have a feeling that if he agrees to go to become a privateer, that he will have a permanent 8th Empire set of guards on him.
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
there. Yeah, they're going to require some sort of surety.
They can always just put a Gaius on them.
Yeah. Or curse.
Yeah. Well, that's how Gaius works. If you don't fulfill the Gaius, you're cursed, right?
Right.
I don't know what would be better to be free but under chains, or to be on the run but still be free. I think I'd almost rather be on the run than be under constant surveillance or threat of a curse.
Well, that's why one of our questions is, what the heck, boss? What do you want?
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of adventure to be had still as a privateer. He might not mind too much.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to. It doesn't mean you have to chase after things 24/7.
Right.
You just have to. You just have to convince them that you're doing effort. Usually, by the way, Loesch is a disappointment. I was really hoping for a pervy old man. And what does he do? Strip shows? No. I mean, he was talking about whips. I was going like, okay, I can get into that a little. No.
No.
He wants this dulcimer guy, and then he comes up with some guy with a drum telling stories. What the hell?
You didn't stay long enough.
Yeah, apparently.
Karn looks at Torjan and Basil Wilberforce, and he says, "So, I didn't expect anything less from this one here. Torjan, you knew better. You should have known better. Gonna go and try to put a sleep spell on some helpless old man."
He said he had trouble sleeping.
Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to march down the hotel. The two of you are going to go with me. We're going to knock on this old man's door. You're both going to apologize, and then you're going to go away, and I'm going to ask him if we can just borrow the book.
If that works, I'm going to go pound my head against the wall a few times, just in frustration.
If she went to the wrong one to ask for help.
So you're going to do that? You're going to go to his room? Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna, make the two of them stand there at the door and go,
Well,
"Yes,
from
sorry."
Torjan's point of view, Karn was one of the ones who helped free him.
Yeah.
So if Karn really doesn't have to bend his arm, he just has to basically shame Torjan into doing it.
Yeah, that's all he's trying to do. He's not going to try to physically force him, but he's saying, "Look, we're just gonna do the honesty is the best."
Right, Karn did help free him and has been very, always been at the front of the fight that Torjan saw. So he knows Karn is an upright person.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna manage to shame Torjan into doing that.
And Basil's too scared of his own shadow to argue with the paladin. He knows which side of his bread is buttered, I think.
Okay, so you head back to the rejuvenating bog
Mm-hmm.
as the most of the overnight crowd has left, and it's kind of quiet there. It's probably like 10:30 or so, and you head up to room 6 and knock on the door, and the old Arconi man answers it, and he sees Karn, and he sees Basil, and he sees Torjan, and then everybody else behind him. Oh, an audience. I did sleep well. Very good tea.
I think my friends have something to say to you. And he shoves Basil to the port in front of him. And he says, Mister, I'm sorry that well, I thought you could use some help getting some sleep. And Karn smacks him on the back of the head. Oh well, I'm sorry we tried to get you to go to sleep. And I won't do it again, I promise. And he like shuffles away.
Torjan deliberately and obviously rolls his eyes at that and goes, "We owe Remy," and I'll give the full name. I can't remember it off the top of my head, we owe Remy, and she wanted to see one of your books. And as the paladin says, we were not very forthright and honest about trying to get it to her. So we apologize. And I don't know what else to say. Sorry.
Well,
As he said, we are friends with Remy, and she has been trying to seek an audience with you, but the front desk clerk does take great pains to assure your privacy. So she wasn't able to gain access, and she was looking for help to borrow a book. According to, well, I hesitate to call him friend, my companion, she seeks to borrow a book from you called Priestess of the Banished. And if you would be so good to let her use this, I can give you my own personal word and guarantee that it will make its way back to you unharmed.
okay. Give me a 2d6 roll. Add your charisma modifier.
8 plus 1, 9.
Straight up, he's not going to loan you the book because he can't stand these students. But the fact that you have brought these two and made them confess, he is happy with that, and that you've done all this. You are obviously a loyal servant of Cuthbert.
Indeed,
and for that, I can trust you. You have exactly 1 hour for this young girl to look at it. Now, I assume she is not here. I'm not going to loan you the book right now and go find her. That would be ridiculous. But you bring her here and go to I assume you have a room here. I will loan you the book. She can go into your room and look at it for 1 hour, and then you will return it to me.
Absolutely. We couldn't ask for anything better than that. We do appreciate it. We'll go find Remy forthwith.
You go find Remy. She is, bebopping around the university. You go send Brucon to go search for her, and she comes like a flash running in, out of breath. So, oh God, okay, great, the book, you did it. And you knock on the door.
I did it.
You knock on the door, and he looks very suspicious, at her and the rest of you, and he closes it, and he comes back and he hands you the book. It looks very old. It smells old. It looks very fragile. It hands it to you, Karn. You have 1 hour.
Before I take it, I take off my gauntlets and try to hand fragilely. I recognize it. I can't read very well.
Right.
But I recognize I'm old and frail.
Okay. And you hand it to Remy, and Remy looks at it. And as the door closes, she's like, "Oh my God, great. Does anybody know how to speak ancient Arcone?" And we can stop right there.
Because of course it is.
Of course.
I mean, it's possible that Basil could know that. He's got a bonus on languages.
Looks like we're gonna have to get Kel the Shah. Post haste.
Post haste.
Yeah, good call.
Who is an Arcone.
Yeah.
Shopkeeper of the the mystic libations.
Yep.
So we'll have an hour to try to convince them to come and some use.
We don't give him an opportunity to.
To debate.
Hey, no. Yeah. Let's go. Come now, quick.
I know we just met, but
I need,
A matter of the greatest importance. What is it? Just come. What is it? I can't leave my shop. Just come. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun conversation. Never mind. Oh, and yes, Torjan promised. Torjan says, "Excuse me," and if you happen to wander by his room in the next few minutes, you hear something heavy banging against the wall. Cannot believe that worked.
well, she came to the thief, right? The thief failed.
Yeah, she figured, hey, a Basil would have to steal this thing.
Yeah. I mean, he was willing to. He just wasn't able to.
Yeah, and that was a good call with the flowers. That was good call there. It was a good call with the spell. It just,
Yeah. Nat 20,
Didn't work.
really?
Yep. And almost I was like, man, is he gonna go through every room trying to find this guy? I was like, oh boy.
Well, I figured he gave me a hint with 6. But
Yeah.
at the same time, he was also wanting to do a little theft.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, so that counts as 200 experience points for all your players. I will account for that. And
Okay.
I think Dustin was the only one who used his hustle point.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for playing.
Thanks for
All right. Take care.
Thanks for
All right,
Have
take it easy.
fun.